Yeah, please, sir. Go ahead now. You were saying.
No, I think you complete this entire, then maybe I'll get clarity.
Okay. So as I was saying, so CGST, SGST for Mr. Lalchan, the final liability is 600, which is SGST only. So what we have done in this question as of now, we have not read the requirement statement yet. The requirement statement is the GST rate being same across the chain of supply. Discuss the type of GST applicable in each transaction, input tax credit and revenue to the state and center. So now that we have calculated what is the net amount payable to what do you say payable by each individual, which is 600 here, 2700 here, and 600 here, we can easily determine which is SGST, which is CGST, which is IGST, right? Now accordingly we can take a call on the last part. Keeping that aside for a bit, let me stop here and say that 600 is what? This 600 is what? Final GST liability of Mr. Naveen. Final GST liability of Mr. Naveen. And as we had discussed, if you remember, this is nothing but CGST 300 and SGST 300. Do you remember? Yes, we discussed in the first case. Okay. Now the second case, Mr. Anand's case, here the whole 2700 was IGST only. The whole 2700 is IGST only. Now we, while discussing now for Mr. Lalchan, whole 600 is SGST. So this is center, this is state, and this is center. This is what your answer to revenue to the state and center. Questions, please.
So for central government, it is going 3,000, and for state it is 900.
Yes. Yes, that is correct. So what happens is, after that, many adjustments or distributions are done between center and state. Yes, but as of now, from these transactions, this is what is our understanding. To state, it is 900. To center, it is 3,000. Okay. If no more questions, give me 1 second. So let's just practice one similar question and we'll wind up for today. We'll continue maybe in the evening. I'll try to find some time. So this is the question, the same question. I've just modified the values a bit. So you have to calculate the same thing. So we have the first, Mr. Naveen buys a product at 25,000. Our GST rates are 9% and 9%. Yeah. So Mr. Naveen sells it to Mr. Anand for 35,000. So this value is 35,000 now. Now then Mr. Anand sells the same to Mr. Lalchand in Nagpur, Maharashtra for 45,000. So this value is 45,000 now. Now Mr. Lalchand sells the final consumer to the final consumer in Maharashtra for 60,000. So this value is 60,000 now. Please recalculate everything that we have just calculated now and tell me the final tax liability of Mr. Naveen, Mr. Anand, and Mr. Lalchand, and how much of it is towards state, how much of it is towards center.
Apology, Dheeraj. Actually, I had to log into a meeting. I just missed the final part of last. Could you please scroll way?
Sorry, come again.
The final solution of that last question which we were discussing, right? You were putting the net GST payable. So I missed that part. So
is it?
I just want to cross check my solution answer. So basically, SGST payable is 2,400 and CGST was coming 300, right?
Net 2,400. You said something. Sorry.
SGST payable, right?
2,400. Which one? 2,400. This one you are talking about? This 2,400?
No. The final one. The final calculation.
Okay.
Okay, so let me put this. So Naveen, you got 300 SGST, CGST payable, right?
Correct, correct.
Then Mr. Anand, you got 1500 GST. No, this is something wrong. Here I did something wrong. All right, so Mr. Anand, output IGST is 4200 and input CGST 1500 plus 1500, 3000 rupees, right?
Correct.
And here we will be doing this first CGST 4200 minus 1500, that will become 1700. And
2700.
then this 1700 will be compensated with 1500. No. This will be same only 2700, right?
It will be same only 2700 because
This we can
the
this we cannot adjust, right?
yes,
2700.
that is correct. Yes.
So that 2700 will be the part of SGST, correct?
No,
IGST.
IGST. Yes, correct.
Correct. So this Mr. Anand will be having 2700 credit of IGST and 1500 liability on SGST. Is that right?
1500
Liability of SGST, right? In output tax.
Oh.
Input tax.
Input IG. Yes, that will be left with him. That will be
Input
left with him.
SGST will be 1500 for him, right, Mr. Anand?
GST will be how much? 1500 you're saying?
Yeah, for Mr. Anand, right?
No,
Here,
no.
you see, right? Input 1500 is the GST and SGST. He got 27 IGST. The IGST got compensated with CGST, that become 2700.
Yes.
Correct? So what did we do for the SGST 1500?
That will be carried forward to the next period to be adjusted against any SGST liability coming forward.
Correct.
Yeah, nothing will happen
So
with it
this
as
we
of
will
now.
not consider in our final calculation when we are calculating this
No,
GST payable to
No.
government.
no, will not
We have
calculate.
to ignore this value, is it?
Yes.
Okay. So credit left will be ignored. All right. So then, so calculation will be different. And then Master Lalchand, the only liability is SGST 600.
Only SGST 600. That is correct. Yes.
So total GST to government will be SGST 600 plus 300 will be 900.
Yes.
And CGST will be 300.
Yes.
And that's all.
IGST 2700.
IGST is also there, 27 left by Mr.
So
Anand.
CGST and IGST both are center, right? So
And
if you
CGST and IGST, so this is input, will be compensated, right? So minus 900 again, 1800 will be the IGST left, correct?
sorry,
And then
1500 again you said. Sorry?
No, 300 is sorry, right?
So what I'm saying
IGST
is
and 900 SGST, is it?
how much is center you said? Sorry?
Center is coming 300, right? After the calculation.
Center is both CGST and IGST. Okay. Both CGST and IGST are center only. So when you total both 2700 plus 300, that comes to 3000.
Okay, this will be added, not deducted.
So when you are calculating the revenue to state and center, no? Revenue to
so
state and
basically he
center.
got 300 from CGST, 2700 from IGST. Total profit is obviously addition. Yeah.
3000. Now to state, you said correctly, that is 900.
I have to practice this at least once. Okay.
No problem.
All right.
So, okay. Now moving to the other side. I'm sorry, if you would have missed the numbers, here are the numbers. So 25,000 is the price at which Mr. Naveen is buying. 35,000 is the price in which Mr. Naveen is selling to Mr. Anand. 45,000 is the price at which Mr. Anand is selling it to Mr. Lalchand. Then Mr. Lalchand is selling to the final consumer at 60,000. The GST rates are 9% and 9%. Everything else remains same. Anybody who is done with Mr. Naveen? Okay. Anybody who has completed Mr. Naveen or any specific one? All right. No problem, sir. Please go ahead. Okay. As you can see, similar calculations are being done here. I know everybody must be busy in something or the other. You can either way do it by yourself and match your answers to the calculations that I've already done here. So here, in a similar way, your if we calculate CGST, SGST, and IGST, it will come to something like this. This will be 900 and 900. This will be 4950, and this one is your SGST. So your center becomes 900 plus 4900, that comes to 5850, and your state comes 3600. Please solve this question and let me know in case you have any questions. I'll try to have some time in the evening if you can, and practice few more questions. If not today, then tomorrow for sure. We'll meet and carry on with our discussions. more questions we can practice. I think sir has discussed or practiced 6 questions in total in the class. So if we can cover all 6, at least our concepts will be clear, and at least we can do something. Any questions, any discussions? If none, then we can wind up. You can match your answers with this one. I'll share the Excel sheet right away. Yeah, you can match it with this. All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Dhiren.
Yeah.